right, here is the recording for lesson 1.01, classically different ways, and you're going to be doing this on your own. So you can find the lesson in your Social 07B class. You can click on that. That's a shortcut that will take you to the lesson. You can also go to the class plan. This is another shortcut that will take you to the lesson. Or you can just go directly to content. And when you click on content, you may have to click on Unit 1 and then 1.01 Classically Different Ways of Life. So these are the directions on what you're going to be doing. You're going to read the unit introduction, which is down here, the lesson introduction. Then you'll skip Explore Your Passport to the Human Odyssey, but then you'll go down to biography. What does classical mean? Okay, this new students, if you want to kind of see how the online classes are set up, you can go through that. Okay, so you'll go through the biography. You're going to have some reading, and then you're going to complete the Greek activities and progress learning. So for that, you have to log into progress learning. So remember again from the class home page, you can log into progress learning right here. And it should automatically log you in. Okay, and then from there, you will see there is a Greek activities, and it's just like 2 short little videos, okay? And then you'll complete the quiz until you get 100%, and you have unlimited tries to do that, all right? So let's go into this. So we'll start with the unit introduction. And you can turn the reading on right here, and that will read this to you. So the Greeks valued serious thought and individual effort, and the results were remarkable. The Greeks gave us philosophy, art, theater, and the concept of democracy or our government. What made such accomplishments possible? Climate, meaning the weather, terrain, meaning the land, war, individuals, and even diseases played a role. If any of these factors had been different, history might have taken another course. And then here's some pictures, here's some Greek art. So just kind of go through those and look at those. You might be seeing some of these later on. Now you can do this arrow, this next arrow here, and this will just take you through the lesson. So what is a classical civilization? So here's the lesson introduction. What legacy did classical civilizations leave to the modern world? The Greeks and the Romans who followed them built classical civilizations. In ancient Greece, 2 city-states stand out, Athens and Sparta. Their people shared language, religion, and great pride in being Greek. But in other ways, they could not have been more different. All right, so if we click that next arrow, this is where the reading guide is, because if we go back to the directions, it said reading guide. And actually, I'm going to open up this lesson again. I'm going to open up another window up here. So I'm going to right-click on content, open link in new tab. Okay. So, and then I'm going to go back to the classically different ways of life. So we read the unit introduction, the lesson introduction. All right, now our directions tell us, let's read pages 279 to 283, and then open the reading guide. All right, so here we are, there's the reading guide. If you click on that, you will then open up the reading guide, and you'll have to download the reading guide. And so answer the following questions. How does the text define classical civilizations? In what areas of present-day life can you most easily see influences of Greek and Roman society? Name 2 examples of Greek and Roman influence. And then what is classical? So as you go through the reading, how does it tell you things are classical? And you don't have to do 10. List, as many as you can. And then put them in order. What do you think is most important? Okay, and you might have something different than somebody else. So that's the reading guide. So as you are going through the reading, so another thing here, your online Human Odyssey book, you can open that up. And I have right down here, these little squares right here, we started off on page 279. So I can type 279 and that'll take us right here. So here it's going to talk about what classic means, or classical. All right. The classical roots of modern language. Okay. The drama of it all. Science and math. Civics and government. And there's lots of pictures around here. Okay. So check out the pictures too. So that's the first part, and that's where you're going to take a look at the reading guide, okay, and see if you can answer some of these questions. You can write your answers in the reading guide, and then you can save the reading guide into your social studies folder, okay, if you've got a social studies folder, you can save your answers in there, or if you want to handwrite them into your notes, you can do that as well. So you'll answer those. And then there is what is a Spartan life worksheet? Well, where is that? That's, if we continue on, okay, if we continue on with our lesson here, we don't need to do this explore your passport to the Human Odyssey. That just kind of takes you through how the class is set up. All right, there's online activities, warm-ups, interactive activities, some offline learning like the reading, okay, student guides, check your reading, focusing. So these are some things that we might find as we go through each lesson, okay, different lessons here. So, but we're not going to do this one. So let's just move on. And because we want to find this Spartan life worksheet, that's under the biography. Okay, if we open up this biography, what does classical mean? People often say that's a classic when talking about a piece of music or book. What do they mean? When historians refer to the classical world, what do they mean? Did you think of Greece and Rome? Why? Okay, so here again, there's the reading guide again, but there's that Spartan life. Okay, so the Spartan life, click on that, open that, and that looks like this. So as you're reading about the Spartans, what age do most children leave home? What do men do? What do women do? What's their food? What's their family living like? How do they become a citizen? What type of government do they have? And what are some important values? So write that down for Sparta. And then we'll talk about like how we live today and how it might be different. We'll take a look at that in class on Monday. And do you think you would have thrived or survived as a citizen in Sparta? So you're going to have to go through the reading to answer some of those questions. Okay, so pages 285 to 289 is then going to talk about Sparta. Okay, so we're going to talk about Sparta here, the warrior state of Sparta. Okay, and then here's a map showing where Sparta is located. And then you're going to read, you're going to stop before we look at Athens. Athens is going to be in the next lesson. Okay, so go through that reading and then see if you can answer some of the questions in the reading guide. And then, or in that Sparta worksheet. But then, as I mentioned, there's an answer key. Okay, so check your answers. See if you came up with some of the same things. So here's the answers for the reading guide. And then here are the answers for the Spartan life. All right, so see if you can do that on your own before you check the answer key. And then don't forget, log into Progress Learning, and there is an activity there. The activities, there's like a video to watch, 2 different videos, okay? And they're short, like 2-minute videos. And then go ahead and complete the quiz until you get 100%. Okay, you have as many times as you need to get 100%. You can go ahead and read on. We're going to be talking about this tomorrow. So that is the lesson for 1.01. Go ahead and get started. And again, there